Did something feel different for you today? And if so, what was it?
I wouldn't say nothing was different. I mean, I think I just started out extremely aggressive. Joe, James, Tobias, they told me, like, the shots that I've been shooting been pretty good shots. They just haven't been falling. And they said, dude, they're going to fall for you. We're not really worried about you, man. Like, you put the work in. So keep doing what you're able to do out there and keep being aggressive.
Coming off the floor, it was very clear that all of you weren't, I'm sure you're happy, but were very, serious, business-like. Can you take us inside that attitude that you guys have right now?
Yeah, that's just one more game. The series isn't over. We still need one more game to move on to advance to the next round. So, that game is behind us. We have to lock in. We have to focus. Come, what day is it, Tuesday? Whatever day we play. We have to focus. We have to lock in, and it's going to be a dogfight, man. They're going to come in. They're going to play extremely desperate, and we know that. And we have to be the more desperate team that night because it's a closeout game at home, and it's hard to close the team out. So.
You and Joel had some good moments together tonight. What's it been like to watch him sort of ramp up progressively as the series has gone along?
Yeah, glad to have him back out there, man. He was extremely aggressive from the tip off tonight, and that was big for us. And he was dominant defensively. He got some block shots. He got mad at us because we were kind of fouling, and he was telling him, dude, I'm coming from the backside to block shots. So don't foul straight up. Make him change the direction, and then he'll try to block it. So he was big tonight.
Tyrese, you've been saying it, and other people have been telling you about it over and over, that you have to stay aggressive, that you have to trust that your shot's going to fall every time you let it fly. Is that harder to do in a setting like the playoffs and against an opponent that over the course of the year has been pretty good at slowing you down?
No, it's not hard to do. It's just knowing when to pick your spots and be aggressive because I still got Joel and James and Tobias out there. So, I got to be careful when I shoot. When I shoot sometimes and I miss, they're on me, and then I shoot and I make, and they say, great shot. So I love them to death, man. They just tell me to keep being aggressive, and that's all you can ask for teammates like them.
Tyrese, you and James early on had a lot of success with Joel in the pick and roll. Was there anything specifically that was working for you guys, both of you, honestly?
Yeah, we're starting to figure out kind of their different coverages. It's hard at the beginning of the series. We didn't know exactly what they were going to do. But, we're trying to figure out what they're doing, and getting downhill is good for Joel to get him open. Joel was just telling me if you can get all the way to the rim and either score or, make Robert Williams or Al Horford help, or whoever's guarding him help, then he should be open for a pop three or a pop midi. So that's what we tried to do tonight.
And Doc mentioned there was a stretch with 7 minutes left in the game. I think it was when they had Marcus Smart on Joel. They put the ball in your hands. Can you kind of take us through what the discussion was there and kind of how you were able to get a couple buckets in the paint?
Yeah, James was really irritated with me because it was a couple of possessions where I gave the ball up early, and he's like, dude, you gotta, you know who you are, just be Tyrese, man. They can't be allowed to guard me, stay on my body, stay on Joel's body, and you have all the space and not create. And that's he been on me since he got here, since he landed in Philly, about being aggressive, about being myself, and about helping his team. And I appreciate him for that.
You seem pretty gassed. What have these last 3 or 4 days been like between Game 4 and Game 5? You guys put a lot of
tired?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I'm not really tired, honestly, but you're right, man. Mentally, you're probably right, because you got to stay so locked in. My family, my dad's been on me about staying locked in. Just getting rest. Rest is the biggest thing. I really wanted to go to the gym and shoot last night, but I opted not to do it because we played overtime game last game. So, it's hard to manage both rest and getting your shots up and still being efficient with it. So, I need to get up because their house needs to come up here and sit down and talk. So.
Hey, talk about being locked in. This Game 5 was a game that the Sixers in the second round where they used to struggle in. And the last couple of years, just talk about the maturation of the team and, the reason that you guys are now able to get victories and when in the past games you were struggling.
The maturity of this team, I think I'm going to give a shout out to the big fella, Joel, because the last 2 years, don't get me wrong, he's been focused. He's been in the MVP conversation. He's been dominant. But this year, as soon as we got to Charleston and training camp, I just noticed his leadership just grow. And when your best player is a great leader, And Tucker's been on him about leading, of course, and it's great to have Peter Tucker as well. But like when your best player is adamant about winning and he's on his teammates and he's calling his teammates out and he's he's leading by example, you have to raise your level of intensity. If you're a leader, your best player is working his tail off and being aggressive and going out there and performing every single night. You have to fall in line, and I think this team that we know that, and we have done that pretty well. Thanks, Tyrese. Look, Tyrese.